I got it.
Got it.
Oh, not Discord. OBS. Pain in my butt. Bane of my existence. Contributing to maybe 5% of why I want to stop making videos.
5%.
Maybe 5%. It's a small factor, but it's been like slowly acting as a tumor on my computer. Every time I start up, it's like 10 minutes now to start up the computer.
Yeah, I hear that. My laptop, my work laptop that I usually just use because my other laptop is just too flimsy.
Yeah.
It's like 4 years old. It's a ThinkPad. Still runs Windows 7.
Wow.
Because it's very fast.
But those used to be really good though. Those ThinkPads.
They're great, man. It's dropped like 3 stories and it's gone through like a wind tunnel with a lot of dust around it. It's seen some stuff.
That's I have a similar experience with those ThinkPads. We used to take them into the Amazon.
Yeah. They can withstand anything. I don't know what they're made of, but they never break.
They run on some form of electricity.
Oh yeah, they do.
So, no AQ drama today. That's good.
No AQ drama. Who would have known?
Who would have thought? You guys still doing 7x7?
7x7, yeah. God. 7x9.
That's crazy. 7x9.
Yeah. It feels like 7x12.
Oh yeah. It wouldn't be 7x7 anyway.
Yeah.
It would be 7x5. Probably feels like it though. Yeah.
It feels like it grows on you.
Yeah, I took the Delirium path last time, and it was kind of fun. Yeah. Just messing around.
It also is less intensive on the officers because, you know, once you figure out the 3 different variations, there are no more variations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
Yeah.
You don't have to reassign paths every single week, which is just a nightmare.
Yeah.
When it was the case, like an hour of just, you know, bam, bam, bam. Yeah, like we had a Google spreadsheet.
Yeah.
With like all the officers logging in at the same time and filling this out.
Oh yeah.
Scanning pass, filling it out. It was kind of impressive with how many people can.
You're like, dang! Together. I wish my company could coordinate like that.
Right. Me too.
I can't get anybody to use Google Sheets collaborating documents in my company.
Yeah, I think a lot of like the corporate world can use a lot of techniques from MCOC officers, to be honest.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do you know a lot of officers are corporate people? They're
me too.
well organized, people who are able to balance it.
So how's life? How about all these new content? How about all these new cool shiny stuff?
I haven't tried anything. I want to talk about it all because I'm still interested. But here's the thing. This is going to be the last thing I publish, I think. So just so you know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make a video that says, you know, whatever, leaving, gonna close down the channel. Well, not close it down. I'll leave everything up there. And, you know, just going away. And then I think the day or 2 days after that, I'll probably post this as the last thing. Yeah. So anyway, with that out the way.
It's all a big surprise to me.
Yeah, I know. I texted, what did I text you, like 2 days ago?
It's not, I mean, I saw it coming.
Yeah, it's just slowly fading. I don't know. So I don't want to like complain about the game completely.
Exclusively,
at least half of me trying to step away is real life stuff. Real life's cool. The work is going great, which is part of the reason I have to stop playing. It's going so great that it's gonna go even greater. I'm just busy. You know, I'm gonna have to start putting in more than your standard work week for a time being, and just all part of advancing, you know, in the workplace. And then personal life's cool. We're taking a vacation to South America, and
that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, but it's gonna force me to miss the end of AW seasons, at least a week of Alliance Quest. So that basically means automatically I'll have to step down from the alliance for some time, you know,
Yeah.
and that's fine. But then once I accepted that fact, then I started thinking like, maybe I don't want to come back after that break.
Yeah.
And so then I started just thinking about it, and then I don't know. I'm just the type, I made the decision real quick to just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it just seems convenient. All these things converging at the same time, and just seems like a good time to step away.
Well, I have taken a bunch of breaks before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've taken maybe 4 or 5 kind of major breaks. One of them lasted like 6 months.
Wow.
It was alongside some big personal life stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then there was I think after season 1 of Alliance Wars, that was the last break I took. And there was like 2 weeks off of the game pretty much.
It just feels good though, doesn't it? Like
it feels okay. It feels a bunch of ways. It feels like I missed some parts of the game, because the game for me, like the mindless grinding aspects of the game for me are kind of like, knitting. They're kind of like, sitting down, watching something, or I
can identify with that. Yes.
I kind of assimilated to knitting because me and my wife just picked up knitting, and it's very similar to Arena. But
yeah, I like repetitive tasks.
Yeah. Instead of champs, you get hats.
Mm-hmm.
Or
what would you rather have, a 5-star Captain Marvel or a hat that says, or a hat that has Captain Marvel's star on it? I kind of leaning towards the hat.
Yeah, hat'll keep me warm.
Yeah.
But then that Captain Marvel has some sick prestige.
Oh man, just under Phoenix's though. Thank God. So I feel the same way, and my first instinct was to prevent myself from coming back in some destructive way, like sell the account or something to some black market dealer. But I kind of backed off from that. I did open all of my crystals, every single one, 11,000 crystals. That was fun. Shooting for number 1 in item use. We got number 2.
Oh no!
So
who got number 1?
I don't know, some douchebag. Like, come on! They didn't know that I was competing for it. But I put up like 400,000 points in item use.
Good God.
Yeah, and I put up like 300,000 or more in Summoner Advancement.
Jesus.
We got number 25 in Summoner Advancement. Probably because a bunch of whales are getting Captain Marvel. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
But basically I don't want to destroy my count. I just wanted to put the barrier for re-entry high enough that I'd really want to come back to have to play again, because that means basically I'm going to have to, build up a stash again, get some resources, and it's nothing I got rid of is unobtainable. The rate of I mean, I was accumulating these things, so it's not a big deal.
And I mean, before one of my breaks, I sold all of my 4 stars. Ooh. That's a very me thing to do. And that was before. I think that was like right as 5 stars were actually starting to get to enter the game.
Oh wow!
It was a long time ago. Yeah. And I sold all of my 4 stars, popped a 5-star, got a Winter Soldier. Was very happy about that for some reason.
Because it was kind of validating you leaving.
Yeah.
Because back then he sucked.
He really did. And when I came back, it was just a fresh start, and it kind of did feel like, I was regretting what I did, but it also felt like a
well, the
kind
objective,
of a brand new account. Yeah,
your objective is back.
Yeah.
So that's
And
that's like
it was the same account. It went down to like 25K rating.
wow.
Then it's
I considered selling everything under 5 stars, but to be honest, it would take too much time, and like just selling those and then also liquidating the resources. It just takes too much time. I opened all my crystals yesterday. I wake up this morning, claim some rewards, and now I have 60 crystals in my crystal stash.
Yeah,
I'm like, what is this? Like, I didn't really pay attention to it before because I just accumulated them and didn't worry about the number. But when I'm trying to stay at 0, it's practically impossible. Yeah. So I was just like, okay, if I do this with the champions, it's going to be just another nightmare. So I'm just going to leave them in the account. It's all good. And I'm going to donate all my loyalty to the Alliance. That'll be fun. 2 million loyalty.
Good Lord.
Yeah, because I did some research. I don't need it if I come back. I don't.
No
you
Alliance
don't
stuff.
Well, even if I do, it's just there's a steady state for loyalty, for the most part.
Yeah. But let's not talk about coming back just yet.
Yeah.
Let's talk about why you're leaving. Why you're leaving. Sure. Because of in-game stuff. Because I'm interested to hear that.
I actually typed out a giant monologue on balance that I wanted to do on a solo podcast. But I think me and you could get into it pretty interesting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because, okay, so essentially, if I thought that I was having enough fun in this game, I would just step out of the Alliance and be right back in the same Alliance in a week. There would be no reason to take a big break. But I was just tired, like burnt out. That's the MCOC term, is the burnout.
Yeah.
And I was just trying to like think about why I'm burnt out, and some people might say in my Alliance that it was a couple of bad Alliance wars I had. But I don't think so. I mean, I did have a really bad Alliance war recently, but that's okay. That's fun, I think it's just the constant. It's a staircase. Basically, imagine a what do you call the moving staircase? Escalator. You know, that is disappearing behind you. Like I felt like I'm on a treadmill, and if I stop for a second, it's like a deep abyss. I felt that taking 1 week off of Alliance stuff was going to be the end of it. And I was just like, wow, like that is such a massive thought. And then I said, why is that? Why do I even feel that way? That's crazy. And it's because of the balance. I think that they're moving the 4-star ban. I don't have super strong feelings on it one way or another, but it shows me the core issue, which is that the game is unbalanced. They are removing the 4 stars from the game because 5 stars are the future and 6 stars are the future.
Yeah.
And this is nothing new. I mean, the 3 stars went that way without having to put in a restriction. They didn't have to put in a 3-star restriction to Act 5, but nobody's bringing in 3 stars, So the 4 stars are going that way no matter what. This is just making it very clear. And so I just was like, I cannot do this again with the 6 stars. I was looking at my 5 stars. I have my 565s. I have 6 of them, right? So I can build a whole team into a quest.
I have one, yeah.
It's so cool. I have a little substitute. It is. I feel really good about the roster. And then I'm like, well, I got to do this all again. I'm looking at my 565 Sentry. Like, he's my workhorse. I love him. And then I see that I actually own a 6-star Sentry. And you wouldn't think that that's a bad thing. But I'm looking at him like, God, I got to rank this guy up and get him to rank 5 again. And it was just getting to me.
It seems like it never stops, right?
Yeah, that was it, basically. I felt like it was never going to end, and I had to stop somewhere, and this just seemed logical. That's all it really was. It's not, and I don't think that, I'm sure Kabam does plenty of things wrong. I could roast them to high heaven, but really it's just the RPG game in general. That's just what RPG games are. They never end.
That is a big RPG thing, right?
Yeah, they never end. You just keep going to the next thing.
Don't you think that maybe the game is too fast?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe the game moves too fast.
I mean, dude, I decided to stop playing 5-6 days ago, and in that span of time, there was Act 6 dropping, crystals are being updated, crystal rewards are being updated, Act 4 rewards are being updated, new champion came out, Captain Marvel, and then I got a message today, they're changing the Alliance War map. I mean, it's just crazy, the speed of it, and you don't actually realize how fast it moves until you step out for a second. It moves so quickly. Very, very quickly. And there was a couple other things that happened this week I missed. I can't remember.
I feel they do, like their development phases go through some, like, like up and downs, like big up and downs in terms of like development speed.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like glacial. There's nothing. There's just arena and, you know, the same old AQ, and there's the same old, you know, Alliance Wars, and there's no new act content. You know, we had this before Map 7 was announced, but right after Map 7, like, they just really kicked it into gears with Map 7, and then there was...
It's been on fire lately.
It has.
Which is good. And I mean, that's good for the people who are engaged. I mean, that's great.
Who want to, who want to push. But it gets exhausting, right?
Yeah, and I can you know, I can see some people getting exhausted. A lot of people are, at least in my alliance, definitely in your alliance, everyone's at the very end game. So any new content that is a one-time thing. It's the only thing that they have to worry about. But someone behind, like maybe someone who's still working on Act 4, and they're like, oh God, Act 6, you know, it's like, geez, all right, well, I'll get to that eventually. And then all these little notices come in. It's pretty fast. They're probably thinking, wow.
You know, like right now, this is like after doing my first run through of Act 6, 6.1, I'm not, you know, spending units to get like 60 refills to just push through that.
Yeah,
because that's all it's gonna take, man. The act isn't like, they designed it so that for anyone with a roster built to counter like the old version of Alliance War or Map 7, the act is a joke.
Really, it's easy.
It's a joke for you know, people with that kind of roster. But then, you know, there's matchups, and there's you know, certain fights and certain nodes, like there's a Crossbones with Biohazard and Vigor.
Oh, is that the infamous Crossbones I keep saying?
Infamous Crossbones, Biohazard, Vigor. The immunity to ability accuracy reduction.
Okay.
And it also has a linked Bane node. So everyone is like really just getting stomped on that if they don't have like a high rank Ghost, high rank Omega, high rank Iceman, high rank Corvus, right?
Right.
But you know, you look at your 4 stars, and you look at the lower ranked 5 stars, and I feel, you know, a 4-star Omega can do that fight, but just like the 5-star Omega also comes with a price tag of like $200. So well, you can't really expect a lot of people who don't have that to complete the content just as easily.
Not allowing people to just try with 4 stars seems so silly. Like, what?
Yeah.
What are they thinking? And I actually believe them when they say that their plan was to limit frustrating experiences.
Oh yeah.
I believe them. But I think that they're kind of dumb enough to fall for their own medicine there. Like, that's not what's gonna limit the frustrating experience. You know, going in with a 4-star is, people know that when they go in with a lower champion that it's going to be harder. That's a given. That's
what's gonna cause more of the frustrating experience, I think, is the RNG aspect, right?
Yes, man. It's all so. RNG would not be a problem if this game was balanced, you know? Like, it wouldn't be an issue. Maybe you don't like I can't use Spider-Gwen anymore. Maybe you don't like Falcon, but he's good, you know? He's usable because they balance the champions on a month-to-month basis, and I really prefer games that do that. I just, you know.
I feel okay. That being said, I think they're getting a little bit just inching closer and closer to balance updates being irregular things. But at the
Yes.
same time, you see, man, it never, like, before having it, it never occurred to me how freaking powerful a 565 Corvus is. Like,
Yeah,
I
and compare him to a 565 Groot. Like,
not even that.
what the
Compare him
hell?
to a 565 new Spider Gwen, brand new Spider Gwen with all the buffs, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
he's still more
like
powerful.
it's not even like
Yeah, it's not
the
even close.
the damage output is
So,
crazy. And then there's the utility that comes with him, and then there's the power drain
so
and the
that's why when
yeah.
they're getting closer to balancing champions, right? That they go for Spider-Gwen and She-Hulk relatively recently after the previous buff. I can't remember what the previous buff was. And then they do
Mm,
Gamora.
Venom and
Oh, Venom and
uh,
Carnage. And then
Carnage.
they do Gamora, and yes, they are bringing them up to the current state.
Usable level, yeah.
But there is a major flaw here because why were those champions needing of a buff to begin with? Because the new champions that get released on a monthly basis are
Yeah.
more powerful than the
Two a
previous.
month, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if unless you're buffing two champions every single month, then you're always going to be falling behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or stop releasing OP champions. Just pick a power level and sort of stick around it. I don't know. So yeah, that is a little strange. And yeah, like you're totally right. A 565 Ghost or Corvus, just they're so astronomically more powerful than some of the
Like
champions around them.
I kept like seeing people talk about them. I kept seeing videos of them, but then until you actually feel the power,
Yeah.
it's like insanity, man.
It
Like
feels like a cheat code.
I'm doing things that I'm not supposed to, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, I used to be happy with my Hyperion and my Luke Cage at 565. Those are actually like my first two, and that was
Mhm.
actually the time when people were like getting Blade to 565 and
Yeah.
Spidey to 565. But I was happy with those two. I was content with those two. But then it's it kind of hits you that maybe I did a wrong thing by going with these like more diverse rank ups and
Yeah.
um,
It does suck to be punished for diversity. And think about like Luke Cage and Hyperion are fairly diverse rank ups. They're not super common, but
yeah.
they're good champions, both usable.
Yeah.
For someone
Yeah.
who wants to rank up their I don't know, Phoenix. Well, not back when prestige is not a thing.
Yeah.
I'll pick a different one. Even let's say someone really likes Rocket Raccoon. It's like,
Or
all
like
right.
the likes of Hulk, Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Super cool
Hulk
champ,
Ragnarok.
right?
Yeah, even him, he's super good, super useful, but doesn't even come close
Yeah.
to some of some of the god tier champions. I hate using that term god tier, but I mean,
But
it's fairly well established.
so have you seen stuff on X6? Because
I've seen some clips of the Crossbone fight. I didn't realize it was Biohazard,
yeah,
based on the clips I've seen, because it's all solution based. So,
yeah.
no, but that's about it. The Crossbones fight. I'll get
Um,
around to watching content eventually, but
there's apparently a Symbiote Supreme that has buffed up the node from a lot of nodes in there are from map 7, by the way. Just like
really.
the whole thing is like map 7 plus some extra nodes.
Okay.
So there's a Symbiote Supreme with buffed up, which you need like 3 active buffs to deal damage to him.
Oh, yikes.
And it also has Pilfered, and
Wow.
it also has Prey on the Weak, which gives him power every time any of your buffs expire, right?
Sounds like an
So
archangel job.
no, you're not gonna do any damage
Can you
unless you
not
have
reduce the
3.
ability accuracy of the node?
Uh, I don't think so.
Probably not. Not with these new
Yeah,
nodes, and
yeah.
especially since it's being archangel. They have a little check before they release a node. Will this screw over archangel? Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, great.
Archangel
Release
is
it.
actually great versus some of the X6 nodes, though. Like the global X6 nodes. Like there's one that if you dash back twice in succession, you get a degen on you.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
Archangel shuts that off. There's one that if you use the same special attack twice in a row, you get degen like 50% of your health.
Oh my god.
Archangel shuts it off,
Really?
which is pretty nice. Yeah.
Go Archangel. Come on, Medi, make a comeback. I really like Archangel. That's cool. So the nodes are very map 70, which is to be expected. They can't. Yeah, they're doing so much at a time that it makes sense to recycle a little.
Alliance War maps, just like fresh off the oven right now. Actually,
I got an Infobot message. I thought, wow, that's crazy. You know, it might be a good thing. It could be. It could be.
I was expecting this to happen maybe like 6 to 9 months from now.
Oh, that late, yeah.
Because so I know why they're doing this. They're doing this because Map 7 made a lot of alliances realize that Alliance War is not worth it.
So no one's spending money in Alliance War.
Yeah, Alliance Wars, it nets you like 4 times. Like if you place Masters in Alliance Wars and you place top 10 in AQ, but you have to choose one of them, right? Mm-hmm. If you choose the Alliance Wars one, you get 1/4 of the T5B you would otherwise get from AQ.
For easily 2x the price.
Yeah, 2x the price, and not just the price, that the stress that comes with war is a lot more.
It is so stressful.
Intense.
And for some reason, well, not for some reason, the defenders lately have been fairly strong. And
oh, good lord.
And it's just not easy to get through your path anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, at least for a lot of the central nodes.
So that's why they're buffing Alliance Wars, and they're going to be buffing the rewards with it. For sure.
Definitely. They're going to be giving out 6-star shards and tier 5 basics probably.
Yeah.
And the whole, oh my god, when I saw the picture of the tier 6 glass catalyst, that was it. I said nope. That thing is too spindly. There's too many weird things going on in that catalyst. I'm done.
When I was a kid, I used to play with these little magnet things, right? There was like a little magnet stick, and then there was balls, and then you attach the magnets to the balls, and you made like crazy little shapes of them. It feels like it's made out of those.
Yeah, I don't understand exactly. It's very geometric the way that this catalysts increase, but I don't understand. So you've got like a tier 1 tier 1 catalyst that's open-ended, as in it's got points. And then you've got a tier 2 catalyst that's closed, tier 3 catalyst closed, tier 4 is open again. Yeah.
Tier 5 is also open.
Tier 5's open, and it has that weird ring, and then but they're doing something. They're like scaling up with some geometric shape.
Some geometric way, right?
Yeah, it's cool though. I like it. But tier 6, I mean, it's you can't even tell what you're looking at.
Man, I should have paid more attention in geology back in college.
But those are coming, like the tier 5 class I was shocked to see tier 5 class catalysts this soon. They gave some out. It was like, like a third of a catalyst or something.
I think it's 25% of one for 100%ing 6.1.
Okay. I mean, so that's nothing. It's not, you can't use that for anything.
Yeah, people were speculating that we may get our very first guaranteed rank 3 6-star by the end of Act 6, right?
Guaranteed?
Yeah. Like, our first.
But that would imply, given 6.1 rewards, that would imply that that you'd also be very close to your second rank 3 6-star just naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're going to get these catalysts build up.
So I think maybe 1 or 2 rank 3s by the end of the whole of Act 6.
Yeah.
Would be reasonable, would be a lot less invasive on the viability of 5 stars than multiple rank 3s or maybe rank 4 would be. Yeah.
Well, so let's just, the soonest you'll get a rank 3 6-star is probably December.
If you get lucky, maybe you'll get one earlier.
Maybe. I mean, but I just think, their plan is to probably finish it no earlier than December, maybe even later.
And they have shown that they're not, afraid of selling those. So
yeah, that's true.
they sold a bunch yesterday, and then it was bugged. It was giving way more than it was supposed to. It was very funny.
That's classic.
That is
Classic Kabam.
They're still in the process of refunding.
Do you think? Oh God, do you think they just like something's about to release and they have a staff meeting and they're just like, guys, this is the one. We really gotta make this one go smooth. Whose ass is on the line? Someone volunteer. You're fired if it doesn't go right. Oh my God, they just can't do it. They can't. It's almost like a joke at this point. I think internal joke. I bet you at the company they make jokes about it. Yeah, I bet you they're at the water cooler, they're eating lunch, they're just like,
oh yeah, I bet.
They just say, hey, how much you want to bet those 6 stars actually are 7 stars? How much you want to bet? And they're like, oh yeah, probably. Those developers, they always make a mistake.
And then have you been paying attention to the whole Cavalier Crystal stuff?
Yeah, well, I can't help it. I mean, I'm still doing Alliance Quest, and I keep getting the screenshots. We've gotten I mean, it's actually crazy.
Yeah.
The first message that someone sent us, they popped 10, they got like a 6 star and like 2 5 stars, and then the message was, these crystals are gonna break the game. I was like, oh God, what's going on here? And then so I looked it up, and the percent for a 5 star is pretty high, but that's okay. I mean, whatever. 5 stars are pretty devalued at this point. Not devalued as in they're not worth. They're still very valuable, but their price has gone down quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is actually realistic because the rate of 5-star shard gain is pretty high. I'm at like, I think I was almost to 20,000 shards a week.
I think it's going to be higher soon.
Yeah, it could be. They're going to be.
I think we are going to have an arena, milestone, and rank reward overhaul very soon.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think we are going to have a 5-star basic arena very soon.
Yeah.
I think the war rewards. We haven't had. Okay, so 5-star shards from war. I remember participating in war when it was war beta. And not just, Seasons beta or anything. It was at Alliance Wars beta.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
That was when they were just starting to bring war in. And back then it was like 300 5-star shards for like winning the war.
Wow.
And, all things considered,
it hasn't gone up that
much, right?
No.
I think those are gonna go pretty high. Like one win, and you'll have maybe like
2,000, 3,000 shards.
2,000, 3,000 shards for sure.
Yeah. Could be. And then the bonus might be another 2,000.
Yeah, at some point.
Well, because remember, at a certain point, a win. Stars. Yeah, at a certain point, a win gave you practically a 4-star.
Yeah.
It was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. I think that was artificially slowed down just because they increased the price of 5 stars to 10,000 instead of 2,000. So they just said
think that. I've seen a lot of people saying that it should be reduced to like 5,000.
No. They should just increase the shard gain. Yeah,
they will. I'm sure they will. I'm sure Arena is on the docket. I feel Alliance War is taking some priority because Alliance War is a cash cow. So
yeah, but is it more of a cash cow than Alliance Quest? Because I'd say it's way more costly to get the next high prestige champion to SIG 200 than it is to win a few Alliance Wars.
You may be right there, but just the cost of running AQ is nowhere near the cost of running Alliance Wars.
Well, yeah, I keep forgetting about the loyalty donations and the conversion badges and everything. So they did come out with the conversion badge update too. I saw that. That
was pretty good.
That's good. It's clear though. It's clear. They want you to use the units. They said this is how you donate. You use the
This is how
units.
you do it. We're not going to increase the loyalty gain. This is how you done it.
Right, yeah. Well, they didn't actually improve the loyalty donation conversion, but it's
Yeah.
actually pretty reasonable, the current one.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
it's really good, actually.
It's decent. Yeah. People who, want to spend on, war boots and stuff, they can do that. And
Right, yeah.
those of us who don't,
totally
we can do
doable.
this.
So, yeah, lots of crazy changes coming. I mean, this is a very, very tumultuous time for the game, but it's a good time if you're in the end game, I think. Definitely for the end game players. I actually think that this is sort of like a wave that is going over the coral reef that is mid-game players, and they're basically just not even noticing this. Like, this is just all normal. Like, it's just stuff being added to the game. It's not there. Nobody's playing it yet. Alliance Wars at the top are getting updated. Conversion badges. Nobody has a conversion badge down like when you
they
first
gave
start
them
playing.
to everyone.
What? It's just
Yeah.
free now?
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone
okay.
above level 25, which is nice.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but okay, so well, maybe I'm wrong, but I just I don't think that tons of people are gonna be reacting the same as maybe our alliance mates will to some of this new stuff.
Yeah.
It's geared towards the end game. I hope that they come out with like a Labyrinth 2.0 soon, though. Some big, massive challenge that just is a brick wall in the face of everybody.
I definitely agree with you, and I think that would bring you back.
It might. It might. That would be intriguing. I'd be like, "What's this?" Because Act 6 is not tempting. I can go through that whenever I want. It's not difficult, as you say. It's maybe a little difficult challenges there, but can't be that much more difficult than Variant.
I think you and I have this thing in common that we need something to push to, right?
Yeah.
For the longest time in the game, I was like at the end, I was getting kind of frustrated. But for the longest time, I was looking for a champion to 100% Labyrinth with. Right?
Yep.
That was like my biggest goal. My biggest goal was that had to like pop 13 Stark Spidey crystals. Didn't get any of them. Right.
Yeah.
And
ended up grinding for Hyperion, or
Hyperion was from Act 5.
Okay.
100%, I think. 100%? Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Because I got Hyperion, immediately awakened him, immediately took him to rank 5. Just from basic crystals, yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days. It's like, oh, I got the champion. Boom! The champion you need.
That's good.
Just ranked up.
Yeah. And it kind of sucks not having something to push to.
Yeah, I agree. Do you know, I have like this kind of whatever shtick, like theme of trying to rank up champions that are, not, they don't suck, but that are maybe just a little less popular, trying to play with them.
Yeah.
And mostly just champions that I like. And I didn't have that until after I got Stark Spidey. I didn't have that desire for unique champions, until after I 100% Labyrinth, really. Because what happened was I got my Stark Spidey finally. I got, lucky. The old feature crystal worked out for me.
Yeah.
Ranked him up, did Labyrinth, and then I looked around the global, looked around the Alliance leaderboards, and every single person and their mother had Stark Spidey as their profile. I was like,
and that kind of turned you off.
Yeah, and I just said, challenge accepted. I'm going to get a new profile, and it's not going to be someone who's easily toppled. Yeah. And that was just like my little tiny version of Labyrinth, like just something to set me apart from the rest of the community, because having beat Labyrinth back then was pretty rare. Not tons of people had done it, a couple thousand maybe in the world. So yeah, I agree with you there. Like say that the new Labyrinth came back, well, I'm not going to be picky about who I rank up to do that. Just somebody to get it done,
Anybody to get it done, yeah.
Yeah, but I wonder where the balance comes into play, though. I mean, they just have some champions. A 6-star Ghost. Like, going back to what Dick Slug said, why?
Yeah.
Why did they do that? It almost seems like they made that error in thinking that they could just have a nice life of releasing all champions as 6 stars, but now they're gonna have to sort of.
They thought that, you know, post 12.0 everything is gonna be super balanced, right? But
yeah, it's almost worse than before. Well, it's not worse than before. They should have just nerfed Thor and Scarlet Witch. What was so wrong with that? Just nerf that. No 12.0 thing. Yeah. They didn't have to do that.
And then, I feel a content that's gonna push you and that's gonna push you in a realistic way is what this game really needs. And by pushing in a realistic way, I mean like Labyrinth initially when it came out, people were 100%ing it who had Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And then, you know, some people were going through it with like Storm or crazy stuff like that.
God, that would be brutal. But the old Storm hit a little harder, didn't she?
Old Storm, and there was the Dalt node, so a lot of characters couldn't really get in there. But then we got a lot more options, right? We got just a lot of characters who could do Labyrinth, and I feel a piece of content like that that realistically pushes the meta, but at the same time is a milestone, is a target to aim for.
Yeah,
would be.
But do you think
good for the game?
Do you think maybe like a meta shift rather than pushing it forward would be a healthy thing for the game? You know, why does it have to be, you know,
more
better?
Damage?
Yeah, could it be maybe all of a sudden ability accuracy is back? It is the name of the game, you know?
A meta shift was what made me pretty excited for the Spider-Gwen and She-Hulk buffs, because they introduced the whole slow debuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which was really cool. So I'm sure we'll see more of those later on even better characters.
That was a good change for sure.
Yeah. And I'm sure, you know, Unstoppable would be a part of the next big thing, the next big content. Would be all over it, I bet.
Yeah. I agree.
And yeah, I feel, you know, without anything to push for, with our current rosters being okay at, you know, being just sufficient enough at completing all the current content, you know, there's no more reason to push, right? It's just the day in, day out grind
just
arena.
The grind, the loyalty to your alliance.
The grind, I said earlier, I don't.
You don't mind it?
I don't mind it. I think it is like a mindless activity. It doesn't take away from other parts of my life. Like, I was, I got really into grinding when Max, my son, was really small. Like, it's just like in the 3 months to a year old, and it was just like putting him to sleep with one hand, grinding with the other hand. It was great. And,
I can imagine this.
It's just two monotonous motions, right? Rocking with one hand, and then the other hand is just holding the phone and grinding arena. And it's like, it takes all night. So once you stop rocking either one, either your champ dies or your kid wakes up. So
yeah. 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 I mean, I totally empathize with the kind of, is it cathartic? Like sort of therapeutic
it's a monotonous activity
of arena. I just did so much of it though. I don't know how many arena fights I have. Hundreds of thousands. I mean, it's just a lot. And
I feel what I found was kind of damaging my personal life was when I like went for characters and I had to set aside time to grind.
Yes.
Now I'm like,
that was bad.
Yeah.
That was unhealthy. Yeah. I really regret doing that.
Now I'm more about, you know, doing the champ grinds once every like 6 months, once every year. And then, you know, the rest of the time it's just like whenever I have time, whenever we're watching TV or we're doing nothing. I'm reading
See,
a book.
that's
I'm grinding.
that's the thing is most of the time I spent grinding. Most of the time was watching TV with my wife.
Yeah,
She's on her phone doing something. I'm on my phone doing something. It's all
yeah,
good. There's no problem. And then a lot of times I'd be arena grinding while I'm having my coffee in the morning.
yeah,
And I drink coffee pretty slowly.
yeah.
So that's a lot of grinding. And it was a lot every day. But, okay, so sort of changing gears. One, definitely what would, like, I would be back in the game quickly if some sort of strange, and this will never happen, but some sort of strange announcement came from Kabam that said, this is it, guys. 6 stars are the end of this game. We're going to be doing a new system. We're going to be tweaking on a monthly basis. No Alliance War nodes, everything. We're going to tweak stuff. Things are going to be changing by, couple percentage values on a monthly basis. And we're going to we're going to stop making money off the crystals. We're going to start selling skins. We're going to start selling cool animation package. You know what I mean? Like, I want to change Killmonger's animations. I want him to look different,
Yeah.
I want Phoenix to shoot blue fire instead of red fire. I mean, come on, I'd pay for that.
Yeah.
It's cool, and it just makes you feel. It makes me feel really good about the game because it means that they're happy with the product they have and they want to just optimize,
Maintain it.
Yeah.
Optimize
So
it.
that's for, and I don't think that is. I'm not saying that because that is what they must do. I'm just saying that I think this is an RPG game and it's always going to be pushed forward.
Yep.
And I think that I realized that even though I spent, I think 3 years, 3 years playing this game. Even though I've spent 3 years playing this game, for me, it was actually more of a sprint than a marathon. Because I started the game right after 5 stars were introduced. Like, they existed.
Yeah.
And then it took me 3 years to get a full roster of maxed out 5 stars.
Yep.
That's crazy. But okay, so I did it. I feel like I won the game, on some small, like, compartmentalized part of my brain. I feel like I won. Like, I joined the game, I saw these little 5 stars, I said, wow, this is crazy. Right? And I got them, and now I'm looking at the 6 stars, and some part of my brain is telling me, no, those don't exist. don't pay attention to those. Like, you won, get out. And that's kind of where I'm at. So I wish that I'd be fine. 6 stars, you can't get rid of them, so they're already here. So I wish that they would just, freeze that and make it very clear to everybody that those would be frozen. Because I don't trust them not to add 7 stars to the game.
Me neither.
I think they totally would. I mean, they could do it in such a way that they make a few $1 million, a few $100 million, in a few months, and that's it. That's the end of the company. Or not the company, but, the game. Moving on to a different game. I don't know. I don't want to sound doom and gloom. I mean, obviously that they have plans to, like, 2025, I think they stated. So
I'd love to 2025 is coming faster than I thought it would.
Well, it's still 6 years.
We heard about 2025 last Comic-Con?
Yes.
Not this Comic-Con.
Yeah, the one that Brian attended and did his... Right? Yeah, Brian did, like, a summary of it, and he said he spoke to the dev about it.
Yeah. That was the one that mentioned 2025, and that was back in 2017.
Yes, and that was a long time. They're like, oh my god, you have 8 years planned? Wow.
Right? And now it's 2019 already.
That's true. 2 years have gone by, a quarter of the way there. God. But it's it's cool. I wish that there was a because I actually also really like the Marvel. If these were not Marvel characters, this game would suck.
Yeah, it would.
We just like Marvel, even if you didn't grow up reading comic books like me. I didn't read comic books. I still love the superheroes. I love them. The new movies come out, I'm all over it, And if these were just, I don't know, some characters that they completely made up or I don't know. Even if they were DC characters, I probably wouldn't like them as much.
You know, a lot of RPGs just make up characters and like, look at this,
Yeah.
The angel of the forest or something. And
totally. It's like, what is that? What does that mean? You haven't told me anything about her. I haven't seen her on the big screen or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny you mentioned it. I have actually stopped playing like competitively or even semi-actively playing Future Fight, but I still log in every day, right?
Yeah.
I still log in every day because whenever I watch a Marvel movie or whenever a Marvel movie comes out, they always, like, without fail, have like a new uniform for the character that starred in that movie.
Oh, such a better system.
That looks like the movie version, right? So Captain Marvel just came out, and I watched the movie, went back home, just logged on, had free stuff from just logging in every day.
Mm-hmm.
Logging in every day takes like 2 minutes. You just log in, claim stuff, and you get out.
Yeah.
And had all the stuff from logging in, and bought her uniform, and now I have like MCU Captain Marvel, not in MCOC, but in Future Fight.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
and she's animated differently with uniforms, or no?
She's animated differently. She has like the camera zooms in and she's like punching people.
Such a better system.
It looks really cool, right?
Yeah.
And it makes me kind of happy to have access to that character because I love the movies, and
mm-hmm.
it's like reliving some of the moments from the movies to just play with those characters. But the barrier of entry to having those characters in Constant Champion is so high, and
I mean, nobody is gonna have Captain Marvel for months. Well, no average player.
Yeah, if I want to have her, well, I can grind for a 3-star, but I wouldn't be able to use her anywhere, right?
Yeah, that's the point. The point is that the 3 stars are useless. They're good for testing.
4-star.
Even for testing, Brian is moving on to 4 stars.
Yeah,
it's like, it's just testing. Why did you need to go to? Because there's just this like push. There's this push. It's like a underlying wave. But I really like. Do you know what MOBA games are? So I really like MOBA games, and I always have. And I wish that there was a Marvel version of it. Of like, MOBA games. Like Dota, like Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends.
Heroes one of those, I think. Marvel Heroes?
Maybe there was one. But there's
it shut down because it couldn't make enough money.
Really? They couldn't make enough money?
I think so, yeah.
It probably just sucked then. I'm like, because I guarantee you a Marvel version of MOBA game would kill. Like, if you did it right.
Yeah.
It would make a killing. You just have to maybe sell it as a game, buy it to download it. You might have to pay for it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they need to make some money. But yeah.
They're making a new one, Marvel End Time Arena.
Ooh. Oh God, they got to take Arena out. They don't know how negative that connotation is.
Right.
They got to change that name.
Yeah.
Marvel End Time.
Marvel End Time Arena.
Okay. What's that? What's is that another MOBA game?
It's Korean made, which gives me the impression that it's gonna be super grindy.
Really?
Yeah.
Are the Koreans super? Is that sort of a culture thing?
I feel a lot of Korean made MOBAs are very very hardcore.
But MOBAs are inherently like match based.
Inherently hardcore, yeah.
But you match, you play, and you're done. There's no. You know what I mean? Like there is no RPG aspect to a MOBA game, except they're trying to do it nowadays.
There is an RPG aspect to this, actually.
Oh, okay. They're trying to do like I've been playing on and off for a while now. This game is Blizzard's version of Dota, Heroes of the Storm. It's fun, and it's but the RPG aspects are all skins. It's all skins. That's it. You just unlock characters. You make them look cooler. That's fine. Nobody cares if they look different. But you do pay for it if you're really into like one hero. You'd pay to make them look a little unique. But you think that'll be a little different for this game. Marvel End Time Arena.
So End Time Arena is not on Steam anymore.
It was going to be on Steam, huh?
Yeah. Apparently shutting down before even having a Western release.
Oh.
It sucks.
Oh, it looks like crap. I'm seeing a screenshot of it. It looks terrible. It
really does, yeah.
What are they thinking? They can't. This Marvel can't put their name on this. This doesn't even look like comic book drawings. It looks even more pixelated. Wow. Yeah, that's bad. They can do better than this. But yeah, anyway, that would be fun, I think. Just a different game style, you know? Like, why Marvel can put their name on plenty of different things, right? They don't need to only have these mobile games.
I feel that a big part of that, a big part of why monetization is such a central aspect of a lot of Marvel games, especially the mobile games, is because of the licensing fees. And
very
those
expensive.
Have to be brutal, right? Most of the money they get must go to those kind of things. And
yeah, that's a good point, actually. They probably do spend tons of money just getting the rights to name their character Thor.
To the characters, yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. But even then, Marvel has plenty of control of what goes on, you know, on a monthly basis at Kabam.
Yeah,
they must. So too, the movies and the heroes
I doubt Marvel hates money.
Oh, I'm sure they just love it.
Yeah, they just love
and
it.
Kabam loves it even more.
They both love it. They both love it equally.
They love money. I just don't know. Like, it's just it. So there's like tons of talk about the whole money grabbing thing, but I mean, obviously that's true that they're going straight for the jugular. They want as much money as possible. But I wonder if it's so I've heard a lot of conversations about how it might be kind of predatory. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet cuz I haven't digested everything, but I kind of think it is a little schemy. Like, it's so shady sometimes. So shady. What was the offer that sold the 4-star? Just remember, it was like the max 4-star after they
before. God. It was very funny, right? It was great timing.
Oh, I was just like, no, don't do it. Take it down. You're going to kill yourselves.
Yeah.
It's so evil.
Since I actually haven't spent any money on the game since Christmas.
Yeah, that's good.
0. It has been sitting at 0 since Christmas, and I think a big part of that was from seeing, people pulling hundreds and hundreds of greater gifting crystals, and those things were like priced at a lot per crystal, right?
Yeah. How many units? 300 units? Yeah.
Yeah, 300 units per crystal, and then 800 of those, 1,000 of those, something like that.
God.
And they basically had an infinite supply of 5-star awakening gems, tier 2 alphas, and 5-star shards, tier 4 bases.
That was a little disgusting. I mean,
tier 1 alphas, right?
Well, what's his name? The Cal can take every champion he wants to rank 4 now, no matter what.
Yeah, so I saw that, and it puts stuff into perspective, right?
Yeah, it does.
I can spend right now on this deal that's selling me 6 stones, but I'm never gonna catch up with somebody who has an infinite supply of 6 stones, right?
Yeah.
If I want an infinite supply of 6 stones, I just go and grind out Labyrinth.
Oh God!
And that will be very finite because it will drive me nuts. And
yeah, that does. I've fallen for some of those 6-stone offers. I've always wanted the 6
offers have been very popular, right?
Yeah, they're good. They're good value, except for the fact when you think about all of the 6 tons that people have from Christmas. Yeah, I didn't think about that actually, and
it really puts it into perspective.
Yeah, I don't think we have anybody in our alliance who wailed out for greater grifting crystals. So I didn't stare at it. Either. I didn't get to stare at it in the face. I think if I had seen that though, I might have backed off on some of those deals, the 6-ton deals.
Yeah, and there's also the tier 5 basic deals, and the good ones are the Christmas ones and the New Year's ones, the Cyber Monday ones, the 4th of July ones, right? And 15k tier 5 basic on top of the noting, maybe that's a good deal. Maybe that's a good deal. Maybe even right now that's a good deal for me. Maybe I'll even spend on that, but still not as enticing as they used to be, man.
You're so far behind already,
I don't even feel that far behind.
No, I mean, just as a person considering that offer, the fact that you're fact that you're even debating whether or not to buy it means you're behind, because 1,000 other people already bought it, and they bought the other 5 before it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't feel behind when it comes to the grand scheme of the game. My prestige sucks, but hey, man, I organize AQ.
If you weren't an officer, you'd be in trouble,
right?
Well, not really.
I do that part.
I think the days of people getting kicked for prestige are gone in pretty much all corners.
Definitely. Yeah.
Nobody gets kicked for prestige.
We have actually never kicked people for prestige. It just makes it easier to kick people, right?
Yeah.
So if your prestige sucks and you suck.
Yeah,
you don't have anything going for you, so you're out, right?
Yeah.
But if your prestige is good but you suck, maybe we'll give you a little leeway.
Yeah, it's like a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I've been always prestige whore, because if I ever stop playing good, I just want them to think that I'm valuable for just me.
You are, man. You are for not just you, and I'm sure a lot of people have watched your videos and seen your content and thought about some alternative strategies, figured out some interesting stuff. Your Labyrinth videos of the kill time.
Yeah, I hope so. That's like the main thing that I wanted to do, was just play with some other champions, and it was very hard to balance that and also be at the end game, because you have to make the good rank up choices at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's very difficult. Like it was always kind of like, okay, I'm gonna make a rank up that I need, and then the next one's definitely gonna be one that I want. and it was very.
And then the next one rolls around.
And it was I don't know. Sometimes I tried to balance those into ones that were like both, Vision, when I ranked him up, was not popular yet, which was fun. And then when I won, I had a dream to get a Quake and rank her up before she became so popular, but too late.
I didn't know that.
I tried so hard, and I got her at the very end.
Hey man, she'll still be there.
She'll will. I'm not. Can't sell her, and she's already ranked 4. So actually, I took her into Alliance War the first night. Within 2 hours of pulling her, she was in my Alliance War attack team. And I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe it was the adrenaline from the crystal, but I took her versus a 565 thing on node 18.
Okay.
And I said, I'm just gonna Neo this guy. I'm just gonna be a freaking ninja. And oh my god, I got him down to like 75% before he clipped me the first time. And I was just like, oh no, no, don't do it. No. Oh my god, it was so disgusting. And then I was like, Quake, you weren't supposed to do that. You're supposed to be good.
We had a deal.
Yeah, we had a deal. You were supposed to evade everything. So that was funny. And I was like, okay, well, she's not going to solve all my problems. Just maybe some of them.
Most of them.
Yeah.
She'll be there. She'll be there when you come back.
Oh yeah,
if you come back.
It would be if I
come
come back. I hope. If I do, probably in single player mode first, and then maybe in Alliance.
I hope you. Well, I'm not gonna hope for you to come back. I'm just gonna hope for you to have a good reason to come back.
Yeah.
Not a reason like
not addicted.
real life got destroyed. I have to come back to this game, or I'm homeless. I gotta come back to this game. Just a good, solid in-game reason.
I'm homeless. I'm making videos in the library. I need views for money.
I need all the views. Yeah.
That would be a bad situation. I really would have fallen far.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's always a crapshoot. I've seen people retire and come back. Like,
oh yeah.
There's another YouTuber. Just in case they don't want to be known, but I've seen them quit like 4 times.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
I'm sure that everyone's gonna keep you in the loop if there's a calendar that you really need to log in and get all the stuff.
Yeah, it's actually we do that with another guy who one of our friends who quit. Every once in a while, we're like, "Hey, man, you need to just log in,
log in for this one." Yeah.
So we'll see. But I'm probably gonna watch content for at least a few months, probably just keep up with people.
Keep up with people. Keep up with the new content dropping.
Yeah, just watch it.
Man, it's gonna be. I'm not sure how much longer it's gonna be before we have a piece of content to actually push for.
Mm-hmm.
Because I miss the Rush of Labyrinth.
Yeah, that was fun. It's so freaking hard. Just so impossible.
Really hard.
And I don't know if they can get away with it with this community. Like
I agree.
They would get stoned alive if the content was not beatable.
Immediately, right?
Yeah, immediately.
The content has to be beatable immediately.
Yeah, and that's a little crazy. I mean, come on, guys. Like, just maybe. I have a feeling though that a lot of the people that watch my videos or will listen to this podcast agree with us. It's just like, if it's there, the content's too hard, it will get easier over time.
Yeah. And, I'm probably still gonna be here if you come back when you come back. So maybe we can pick this up later. Do some champ reviews. Maybe we can.
Are you planning on doing any champ reviews solo, or finding somebody else to maybe cast with?
I've been in talks with some people, and
if you guys, if whoever you get in touch with, what I would totally up to you, but you could download the audio from all the podcasts I put on YouTube and create like a library. That way, it doesn't feel like you're starting from one.
Yeah. That way would be a continuous kind of form.
Yeah,
and that would be kind of fun. And if when you come back, I keep saying this, just really want it to happen. Maybe really don't want this to happen, but yeah, if that happens, we can pick that up from there again.
Yeah, Joel never came back, and I'm not comparing myself to the great Joel because he is beyond comparison, but.
Joel.
It feels like he moved on to greener pastures.
What a man. What a man he was. Yeah.
He was cool. He was definitely the guy who inspired me to make my first video. 100%.
I've seen people retire, and I've seen people go and not come back. I don't know if you remember Gran back in the days, Gran Scheme.
Yep, I remember him.
Yeah. Actually met up with him a few months after he retired.
Oh, really?
Met up with him in person for the first time down in Atlanta, and it was surreal, man. It was like seeing the person you used to watch all the time, and you used to like know them through their content.
Yeah,
in person, cool. You're having pizza with them suddenly, and then it's just
It is strange, It is it's a strange feeling. I've met only one person. I met Prof Hoff outside of the game. Yeah. That was the only thing, but it was surreal. It was like, hey man, like God, that's crazy. I've seen you on YouTube.
Person, yeah.
It's good to meet you. I hope if I'm ever in Atlanta, I will hit you up.
Yeah. If I'm ever, I'm sure. We may actually move down to Texas, so
Really?
we may. Yeah.
Do it this year because I'm moving to the East Coast.
Hold your horses.
Yeah, I'm going. The plan is for us to move to Massachusetts. If that happens before Comic-Con, I might go. That would actually I probably would go. If we're in Massachusetts, yeah, I would probably go. Like that would be so fun, and could see everybody, and you know, have a good time.
That would be super fun. Yeah. I'm thinking of making it to Comic-Con this year. I'm not super sure about that, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, I think that wraps it up, man.
That does. I will have to just wish everybody good luck in their grinds and on Act 6 and everything.
And life.
And life. Life is important too. Don't forget about life. Yeah. I think the most successful MCOC players, they find a balance. You know?
Yeah.
And I think I may have gone over that balance a little bit. Just a little bit. Not tons. Yeah, and real life tipped it a little bit in its direction.
Oh, yeah.
So, real life is winning for now.
Finds a way, huh?
Yeah. So,
Bills.
anyway.
Stupid bills.
Stupid bills.
It was great. Like, it was great all around for me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's actually the one piece that I still love making.
Love doing, right?
The rest of the videos were like, I was getting tired of them.
Yeah, they bog you down. Podcast, you just sit down, you have a coffee.
Yep.
You talk about
in
stuff,
my case, a giant glass of wine.
Oh,
this time. Usually I don't drink, but this time I had a big glass of wine.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll wish you the best of luck in life, and
thanks.
Wish your wife the best of luck. And yeah.
Good luck to you too, man, and take care of the family and everything.
Maybe
one day we'll all meet. Who knows?
Maybe.
Life is full of surprises.
Hopefully. Yeah.